So welcome everyone to my presentation today. Before I begin, I'd like to congratulate John Scanlon and his team for putting on what I believe is now the largest hypnotherapy conference in the EU. So can we please give John and his team a warm And I'm truly delighted to be here with you this weekend with such an esteemed group of hypnotherapists and trainers from all around the world. And in my presentation today and demonstration, I'm going to show you a powerful and innovative approach to hypnosis called Hypno-Havening. So the first thing I'm going to do is a live demonstration. So I will be looking for a volunteer, someone who has, great, hands are coming up already, someone who has a traumatic memory, some sort of unresolved trauma, stress, or something like panic attacks, PTSD, because I want to do something on a real issue to really demonstrate how powerful this is. Then I'm going to deconstruct the whole demonstration, step by step. So you can really begin to understand what I'm doing and why I did it. With that in mind, who here has actually heard of Havening before? By a show of hands. Wow. Who here has heard of Hypno-Havening? Okay, only two. So you're all going to learn something. The reason why I'm such a huge advocate of Havening is because I see it as really a new, advanced form of hypnosis. And here's why. Number one, Havening puts people into deep trance-like states. It produces a high amplitude of something called delta waves in the brain, which occur in slow wave sleep. And as we know, when people go into deep trance-like states, they become very open and receptive to hypnotic ideas, visualizations and suggestions. Number two, Havening also acts as a very powerful form of hypnoanalysis. It can bring up unconscious, unresolved memories, emotions, and physical symptoms stored within the body and completely release them within just minutes. And number three, what truly makes Havening unique is the research it was based on from a neuroscientific perspective. What we've discovered is that anxiety-based disorders are a consequence of unresolved trauma and past stress that has become neurobiologically encoded in the part of the brain called the lateral amygdala. You've all been hearing that, I think, that word this weekend so far, the amygdala, in the talks I've been at. And with Havening, we can remove those AMPA receptors off the amygdala within just minutes to completely and permanently resolve past trauma while simultaneously resolving the client's presenting problems, be it PTSD, panic attacks, fears, phobias, or childhood traumas. What's most wonderful about Havening from my perspective, using it now 15 years, is the remarkable results and experiences it gives clients. Because clients really get to see and feel the transformation actually happen within the session. Because we do very thorough clinical debriefs. And I'll do one of those here today as well. So with that in mind, who here has a trauma or an issue or something they'd like to be free from? Who here would like to volunteer? Okay, I'm seeing one hand go up, I'm seeing two, three. Now I'm going to have a chat, maybe one or two people first, and choose the person, well, choose the issue, should I say, that's right for the demo. You're sitting right in front of me, and I see your hand come up first. What's your name, by the way, please?
Amy.
Amy. Hi, Amy. So what's the issue, Amy?
Past religious trauma.
Past religious trauma.
Yes.
And do you have a specific traumatic memory or event when you look back?
Yeah.
You do?
There was a time when it was really a situation that got deep into my unconscious of you're never going to be good enough.
Okay.
And here's why, right?
So do you have a memory? There's an
Yes.
event there. And without thinking about it too much right now, if you were to recall that memory, does it bring up uncomfortable emotions or feelings within you? It does. We're going to do the download. So can you please give Amy a big round of applause? You've no issues in front of a group or fear of public speaking?
No, I'm actually a motivational speaker.
Okay, great. I asked that question a bit later this morning. I already tried to go. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and just explain to the audience. In a few moments, and I'm going to do this content-free to a degree, Amy. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and recall that memory.
Right.
Okay? Then I'm going to get an SUD score from 0 to 10. 10 being extremely distressed, 0 being completely calm and relaxed. We're going to activate your amygdala, and these AMPA receptors are going to fire. Okay? You're probably going to feel a visceral, emotional charge, maybe some somatic feelings. In other words, the trauma will come up. Then I'm going to say to you, open up your eyes and clear your mind. And then I'm going to start applying the Havening touch to you. Havening is a psychosensory therapy that uses sensory touch on the arms, palms, and face. Are you okay with me gently stroking your arms from the shoulders down to the arms, gently on the palms, and on the face?
Yes.
Okay. I'm then going to bring in distraction techniques. So I'm going to distract you away from the memory, Amy. I'm not going to keep you in it. So I'm going to ask you to think of walking on a beach, for example. Are you okay with beaches?
Oh yeah.
No water phobias?
No.
No. I'll ask you to hum a song like Row Your Boat, Happy Birthday. This just seems a bit silly, a bit fun, but it's quite distracting. Then I'll get you to do some lateral eye movements. And at the whole time, I'll be applying the Havening touch. Then I'm going to ask you, how far down the scale are you going? You know, the subjective units of distress. I don't want you to go back into the memory. I just want you to give me your unconscious response or feeling in the moment. Then we're going to see how it goes. We're just going to find out what happens. I've never met you before, have I?
No.
Okay. So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So maybe we'll just put the chair maybe a little bit more sideways, possibly. I may bring the wee bit close up. Great. Great. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, Amy, I'd like you to go back to that memory. That event you mentioned to me. That's it, yeah. Picture what you saw, as if you're seeing it again through your own eyes. Remember what you heard. Remember how it feels. I'm going to give this about 10, 20 seconds. I know it's starting to bring up uncomfortable feelings for you. Go to the very worst part of the event. Really picture it in your mind, yeah. On a scale of 0 to 10, how uncomfortable do you feel?
9.
9. Do you feel it anywhere in your body right now? Where do you feel it? Your stomach. So I'd like you to open up your eyes, please, and clear your mind then. And when you're ready, just close your eyes and imagine walking out onto a beautiful beach on a summer's day. Think of a beautiful blue sky filled with sunlight. Sunlight sparkling off the ocean. Imagine or recall the sound of the waves lapping in against the shore. It's a beautiful summer's day and you're walking on yellow, soft sand. And with every step, you imagine taking. Count out loud from 1 to 20 with every step. Starting at 1.
1, 2,
And that's it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Imagine a few seagulls flying by.
10, 11, 14, 15, 16,
That's
17,
relaxing with every step.
18, 19,
And then I'd like you to gently sing or hum. Row your boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I'd like you to gently open up your eyes, look at my finger, and move your eyes gently laterally to the right, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left, and to the right. Gently close your eyes all the way down, nice and easy. And take in a slow, gentle rest. Nice and easy. And without thinking of anything, on a scale of 10 to 0, where do you feel now? What number comes to mind?
0 meaning relaxed.
Yeah, 0 meaning neutral, calm, relaxed. 10 is like highly stressed.
1 or 0.
So you feel at a 1 or a 0. Right, so that's one round of Havening we've just seen, and we're at a 1 or 0. Now, I'm going to gently move to your face, very gently. And I'm just going to ask you to count backwards from 30 down to 0 in 2s out loud. And really picture the numbers in your mind. Starting at 30. 6.
18, 16, 14,
10, 9, 8, 7. Then I'd like you to sing or hum Twinkle Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Good. Now I'd like you to gently open up your eyes. That's it. And just a little bit of eye movement to the right, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left. And close your eyes all the way down. Relax your eyes completely. And take in a slow, gentle breath. Without thinking of anything, just noticing where you feel on a scale of 10 to 0, what number comes to mind. So we're down at a 0. So in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. That number 5 would like you to gently open your eyes. Then we're going to do a debrief of what we just did. Then after that we'll do a bit more Havening, maybe some Hypno-Havening. So with that in mind, as I gently start counting now from 1, rising all the way up to 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take a little stretch if you wish, or just notice how you're feeling.
Good.
Good.
That's great.
Yeah. So before we do the debrief, what's your sense, be it in your head, your body, energetically, how are you actually feeling right now?
Good.
Yeah. You're feeling lighter, tired, lighter?
Yeah, it was interesting as you were doing the beach and everything. I was saying bye-bye to that way of feeling and met that memory. See ya.
Yeah. So you went very high in that memory.
Yeah.
You're up at a 9 on the scale.
Yeah.
How old is that memory, by the way, or was it?
A few decades.
A few decades. And have you ever done therapy in that memory before?
Not that one.
Not that one. Okay. So let's debrief it. I'd like you now to close your eyes for a moment. I want you to go back to that memory. And let's just see what the differences are now when you picture it and how you're actually feeling.
Yeah, so when I go back, I see the beach and feel good.
So when you go back, you see the beach and you feel good. When you try and picture the memory itself, can you see the memory again?
Yeah, I can still see it, but
Has the memory changed in any way? Right.
visually and emotionally.
So visually and emotionally it has changed. Okay, so this is the cognitive component of the memory. Those AMPA receptors that were encoded on the amygdala, they hold the cognitive component, the autonomic components of the trauma, the emotional components, and the somatosensory components. They are all locked in to those receptors in the amygdala and the neural pathways. That's where trauma is stored neurobiologically in your brain. And it's very different than any other memory. It will stay there permanent unless there's an intervention that disrupts it. Now the cognitive component, is memory more distant or further away, or is it blurrier, or what's different about the memory?
Yeah, it's in a different place in my where I look and see it.
Are you from the outside looking in?
No. Yeah, now I am seeing it. Not
Right.
from first person, but yeah, looking at it as an outsider.
Or you're looking at it, so you have an observer effect.
Yeah.
The outside looking in. These are the clinical checks that we do that lets us know we've got something called amygdala depotentiation. Okay? Close your eyes again, please. I'm just doing this now as a little breakdown, and then we're going to do more Havening. Now, the emotional component that was there, that distress that was coming up, which was at a 9, where's that emotional charge that was there?
1 or 0. Yeah.
It's 1 or 0. Okay. The physiological component, the somatic component. Remember you had that feeling in your stomach area that was encoded. What's the difference now?
It's good. Okay. It barely comes up at all.
Okay, it barely comes up at all. Is it pretty neutral? Okay, excellent. Was there any somatosensory, anything, other feelings that came up, or autonomic feelings? Your heart rate elevated earlier, or that was elevated, right? So that was your amygdala, that fight, flight, or freeze reaction, cortisol and adrenaline coming up from decades ago. How's your autonomic nervous system, your heart now, your breathing? How's that feeling? Good. Now, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to do your best to try and bring the trauma back in that memory. To bring that memory back the way you had it 5 minutes ago.
There's apathy.
There's apathy.
Like I don't care about it.
I don't care about it. And is the emotional and physiological distress still completely gone or neutral? Yeah, it is. Do you see how powerful all that is by show of hands? Sometimes I do these, I don't think the audience gets it sometimes. Do you get it? Yeah, how powerful that is. Okay, excellent. Lifelong trauma in the space of 5-7 minutes, depotentiate. There's now a neurobiological change in your brain. Those AMPA receptors have been removed. So that neural pathway is not firing that fight, flight, or freeze reaction anymore. Now the components of that trauma, the emotional, the somatosensory, the autonomic, are all feelings. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit more Havening if you're okay with that. Okay. So I'm going to begin touching your arms very gently. And with your eyes closed, I'd like you to think of something that makes you feel calm, happy, or relaxed. Like where do you like to go to relax, or what's your favourite place? It's very calming or peaceful for you.
Nature.
You like the nature.
Nature trail.
So that's kind of like more like a forest, or there's trees and nature around you. I'd like you to go back to a time you felt deeply relaxed in nature. Right? You may be walking along a beautiful trail in a woodland. You can see maybe the green leaves on the trees. You can hear the birds singing. You can smell that earthiness. And also the earthiness smell of the forest, not the earth. Not feeling, just being nature all around you, doing its thing. So all remember that, and you felt calm, still, calm, and relaxed. And noticing where you feel those calm feelings, or those comfortable feelings within your body. Maybe it's your chest, your head, or your stomach. Where do you feel most comfortable now within your body? In your chest. And give that feeling a colour. What colour comes to mind?
Green.
Imagine that green feeling like an aura or an energy moving all the way up to the top of your head, all the way down through your arms, hands, fingers, shoulders. That green energy moving down into your stomach, legs and feet. Imagine it's like an aura around you. And double the brightness of the colour. And double the brightness of it again till we're both surrounded that green, calm energy. And imagine bringing that calm green energy with you into the rest of the day as you enjoy the conference, feeling calm and relaxed and released. Being able to absorb all the wonderful learnings and information and insights over the rest of the next 2 days or more. In fact, you begin to notice you feel much more calm, relaxed, and released. Natural, easy, drifting, deep, and deep into a trance. As I touch your head, you can go deeper and deeper in many different ways. As my voice drifts with you, you can notice the space between my words. The space between here and now. Drifting deep, deep. Enjoying the deeper lightness of the amygdala. So I speak to your unconscious. You can let go completely. Yes. In your mind, I'd like you to imagine a movie screen in front of you of an even more calm, relaxed, confident you. You living your life free from this old trauma. And just begin to imagine that future you looks like. What's different now? Because you're free from that old trauma. What are you doing differently? Notice your body posture, the light emanating behind your eyes, the sound of your voice, and the energy and aura that you exude from within to people and the world around you. Make it look exactly the way you'd like it to be. And imagine floating into that calm, confident, powerful you, even more powerful you. Step right in, seeing what you'd see, hearing what you'd hear, feeling how that feels. And notice where you feel those good feelings within your body. And give them a call. And spread that colour up to the top of your head, down to your arms, hands, fingers, chest, stomach, legs and feet. And double the brightness of that colour around you. And double the brightness of it again. Like an aura, like an electromagnetic field shining brightly from within around you. And over the coming days, weeks, months, and even years, these powerful, positive feelings grow and develop and expand as you continue to fulfill the full potential and achieve and enjoy all the things in life that are important to you. And you can. Let go. Whenever you wish, by simply remembering to do some self-havening. You can do this yourself. Just simply stroking your arms like this, or rubbing your palms together very gently, or even washing your face, massaging your face with your palms. And every time you do, it will cause you to go deeper and deeper back into a trance, or other transformations can occur in your unconscious now and there, here. As I touch your head, soon it will be time to come back to the here and now. As I begin to gently count from 1 to 5, you'll open up your eyes at number 5. And even as you sleep tonight, your unconscious continues to integrate all of my and your most positive ideas, suggestions, and visualizations deep within me to support you in every way. Now, starting at 1, rising gently up to 2, taking a deeper breath, that's it, all the way out of 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Take a little stretch.
Yeah.
Sometimes this can feel
so nice.
Yeah. It's just like amplitude of delta going on in the brain.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like delta waves occurring, slow wave sleep, deep sleep. The register about 0.5 to 2 hertz per cycle per second. This is why it's so hypnotic. We've actually found, the research is showing us that when we put positive suggestions in as we're doing Havening, hence Hypno-Havening, they consolidate better in the amygdala and the hippocampus, which is really, from a neurobiological or neuroanatomy perspective, that's your subconscious mind, or unconscious. It's your amygdala and it's your hippocampus. We'll do one final debrief. Before that, how are you just feeling right now?
Oh, so good. I use some of these same things with people, and it's fun to be the recipient of this.
Yes, it's nice to be on the other side.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. And sometimes we forget, because we're always trying to help other people and working with our clients.
Oh yeah, it's great to be the one that gets to experience it.
Yeah, you look different now, you look brighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just check that memory, just for one more time. Just close your eyes and let's just see, just to check of what's happening now.
Yeah. It's gone. It's still there, but it's not. Doesn't have the effect.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Listen, please give her a round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we're certainly ahead of schedule. So I'm going to, as I said, deconstruct and break down what I just did. So at the start, I look for volunteers, someone with a trauma, something where there's still an emotional charge around it. And obviously I brought them up here. And then I got the person to close their eyes and reactivate the trauma. So what's happening then is in the amygdala, those AMPA receptors that are encoded are firing. And there's something called a phosphate molecule that holds them stuck there permanently. When that phosphate molecule is exposed, we can now get out. Right? That's exposed for about 10 minutes. Then when we start applying the Havening touch, we're producing this high amplitude of delta waves in the brain. What the delta waves do is they go, think of my hand as a neuron with all these AMPA receptors. Remember, the AMPA receptors is where all the components of trauma are stored in the amygdala mind body. The delta waves are going in to the neurons with the AMPA receptors. So these are brainwaves, electrical going in. And as they enter, they create a chemical called calcineurin inside the neuron with the AMPA receptors. And the calcineurin dephosphorylates something called a phosphate molecule off those receptors that's holding them stuck. It unglues it and they disappear. And it completely switches off that neural pathway of trauma within minutes because your brain is an electrochemical organ. So that's kind of like a snapshot of how the neuroscience works. I tracked it as well with the SUD score. So at the start, Amy was up at, you were at 9 on the scale. You were really high. And I could see the change in your physiology, your breathing and your facial expression. So really high. And as I think you went down, after one round, actually, you were at a 1-0.
Yeah.
Right? After one round, which does happen. And I just did another round just to be sure, trying to demonstrate what I was doing. So massive shift in just one round ahead of me. What we don't know this for sure, but what we speculate is that as the SUD score drops down the scale, and when someone could be going, for example, doesn't always go to 0 by the way like that. It could drop like from a 9 to 5 to 3 or 0. We speculate as it's dropping down, it's the AMPA receptors being removed. So when they get to 0, all the receptors are gone from a neurobiological perspective. Havening is that effective and powerful that we can actually, as you can see, bring someone back to the memory. Then I did the debrief, and you could see I checked all the components of the trauma. I checked the cognitive component, the picture of the memory, the sounds, that was different. I checked the autonomic component, remember the heart rate, all of that, maybe swelling, breathing, that was depotentiated, cleared. I checked the somatosensory components, the somatic, that was the feeling around the stomach. And I also checked the emotional component as well, all cleared. Like a 4-in-1, because it's all stored through those receptors in the amygdala. I speculate from a neuroscientific perspective that hypnosis works the same way to some degree from that neurobiological perspective. Because often in hypnosis, we're bringing people to a safe place and we're often disassociating them. So when someone's in a very calm, relaxed state, physically and mentally in hypnosis, we're actually bringing them to that safe haven. So we can reconsolidate that memory. So we don't know that for sure, but I speculate something very similar is actually happening. Then I went on, I did some Hypno-Havening, which was I was using the Havening touch. You were going really deep at times there, yeah?
I think that's like my hypnotist, right? I think it worked really well.
No, it was all me that all.
Well, true, but I'm saying, right? I'm really receptive.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, it felt so good.
No, you went really deep. And once again, I was just using my voice tonality and I was layering in lots of positive suggestions, ideas, and some visualization. Obviously, I was working with someone on a very specific issue, like say they had a fear of public speaking and they wanted to be more confident. I could tailor that much more, be more specific, where I could get the person to imagine themselves speaking on stage, looking really calm, confident, and anchoring all of those states in that deep, calm feeling into that visualization. So there's a lot of very creative and clever things we can do with this.